Hello, greatness. You are welcome and tuned into Heirs of God TV, perfecting saints to become like Christ. Stay tuned for another inspiring episode from your host. And now, let's welcome Dr. Vincent Oppong.
Hello, greatness. How are you doing? I believe you are doing awesome. We want to continue the book, The Way Out, lesson number 2. In lesson number 1, we talked about God within you. And in conclusion, we heard that for certainly when it can get your mind's attention and you listen, talking about the God who is within you, he displays a wisdom that is as near as that of God himself, as the human mind can conceive it. And those who heed and obey are given a glimpse of something wonderful, which while inexpressible is altogether divine and most satisfying. So now let's go on to God is all in all. Lesson number 2. You have heard the statement that God is all in all, and of the light which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. Then that light must be a ray of God's mind that shines in the darkness of the human mind, ever trying to make it aware of its divine source within itself. My goodness. The mind of God, from which it derives all that it is and that it has, and all power to be, to know, or to do anything. Then think, if God is all in all, he is in everything and in everybody, no matter what it is or who he is. It must be so. Yet, who of us always sees and acknowledges him in such a way? And because we do not acknowledge him in his manifestations, we refuse to see him and call him everything he is not. We see instead all the error, the evil, and the lies that our darkened mind have accepted as real. We lose ourselves in the maze of our separate misconceptions, and in consequence endure the inharmonies, the diseases, the sufferings of minds, thinking themselves apart from the consciousness that includes them and all that there is. God being all in all, then all things and all men are good and perfect. They could not be anything otherwise when God, who made them and is all in all, and his goodness and perfection are everywhere within them. But make no mistake, when stating that all things and all men are good and perfect, we are not speaking of what you, with your separate mind and present understanding, see and believe. We are not talking of appearances of your separate mind's creation. No, that of course will see the evil and the inharmonies and the diseases and the sufferings. For what you see now are only the pictures you have built in your mind of what you thought was the truth. Even before you really knew about God being all in all and ever showing forth His goodness and beauty and perfection in everything to those who have eyes to see. Therefore, it is necessary first to convince your mind of the truth so that it can be free itself of all these untrue beliefs, these false pictures of God and of His expressions of Himself that it has built and is carrying around in its consciousness. Then listen, God, who is all in all and who is all good and all perfect, must be also all wise and all loving and all powerful. Therefore, anything less than these is not of God, but must be man's own wrong and ignorant and distorted concepts of God and of His expressions of Himself. So think that out until you see how true it is. Think it out. And then all things of an inharmonious or unhappy nature that you see, whether they be that are less than good or perfect, are only what you think is so, because of ignorance or wrong teaching. And so long as you continue to believe these things are real, they will continue to be real to you. And no matter what they are, whether they pertain to the conditions surrounding you or to your body or to yourself or to your affairs or to those invisible things which relate to and affect your life, health, and happiness. I'll take this last paragraph again. He said, as long as you can continue to believe these things are real, they will continue to be real to you, no matter what they are. Whether they pertain to conditions surrounding you, your body, yourself, or even your affairs, and even to those things that are invisible, relating to every aspect of your life. You determine what they will be in your life, because whatever you believe them to be, so will they be, because this God is all and in all, manifesting Himself unto the vessels that He calls man. And that brings us to the end of chapter number 2. I'll see you in chapter 3 or lesson number 3. God is the real you. Have a blessed and a glorious day. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Heirs of God TV, perfecting saints to become like Christ. Thanks for tuning in, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on becoming all you were born to be.